quantum mortality would be sperm not.
Spare me the details.
Spare me the details. All footage used below. Oh, look at putting up. What? We do not own the rights. We make them. Let me stop. Adult content. Viewer discretion advice. Yeah, you ain't lying. It get real nasty here.
Coming to you live straight from the Cotina, where the Rokangandule comes from, homie.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
BreakRoom, yo.
Your favorite rapper's favorite podcast.
See, this is why I like your show. You're very charismatic. You know the right things to say.
Welcome to the break room, baby faces and heels, because I love heels too. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
Like the curvature of the ankle. Yo, that part where it goes, "We are live." That's you saying that? Oh, that's Michael. That's Michael Buffer.
It's not Michael Buffer.
Oh, it's his brother from UFC.
Bruce
Buffer.
Surprised I never found
it's me. It's me saying that. It's me.
Yeah, I hope you
It's
correct that,
been,
please. It's always him. I know.
What's popping with y'all fellas, man? It's good to see y'all again. It's been a minute.
We out here talking about the development of sperm, quantum mortality. I mean,
Word.
Y'all, I would encourage y'all fellas to come on to camera. Let the nice viewers see y'all. I have a splitting headache tonight. I am not going to be on camera tonight, but I'm going to bring you a great episode. Classic style, baby. Classic style.
Dark lady.
We're doing one topic tonight, fellas. One topic across the board. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of shit pertaining to said topic, but we are going to, like always, have that gritty banter rolling.
What everybody loves, everybody enjoys.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly fine, buddy.
All right, cool.
How about you and Mike, Miguel, you good over there? You can hear?
Listen, fellas, I apologize in advance.
Put it in the bowl. Put it in the bowl.
What's going on, beautiful people? Happy fucking New Year. It's been a minute.
Daddy was a day.
All right, for all those of you who are just joining us, because we just started.
We waiting on the beaster.
We talk about quantum immortality today.
Word. Give us a fresh description.
Quick summary. A freshie. Do you want a freshie? Okay, I'll give you a freshie. Quantum immortality is a theoretical concept that suggests that a person could survive a dangerous situation and continue to exist in a parallel universe. It's based on the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which states that every possible outcome of a quantum measurement occurs in a separate universe. Explanation for you, sir. The idea of quantum immortality is based on the thought experiment of quantum suicide. In this experiment, a person stands in front of a gun that fires if it detects a subatomic particle with an upward spin. The many worlds interpretation suggests that the gun fires in one universe and doesn't fire in another. The person would only be conscious in the universe where the gun didn't fire, making them immortal. The idea of quantum immortality is controversial.
That's fire.
Some say that the possibility of observing yourself somewhere else is zero, making these situations impossible. So we're gonna talk about some of these things today.
So do you mean like technically near life and death experiences create the alternate universe where you lived and died?
No, it's like that. What he's trying to say is that what's happening here is also happening in another dimension or another universe,
Where there
per
was a different
se.
outcome.
But it's a different outcome. Each one has its own outcome. It could be the smallest fraction, but it's a different outcome.
So it's like, and I hate to be cliche, but it is kind of like the Marvel universe.
I love it. I love the idea. And I believe in it though.
You see how the branches were splitting up.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
the
Uh, at the risk of hurting my eyeballs in my head again, I'm gonna come on camera and I'm gonna show you real quick on my hands how that would look. Because for some reason,
oh, the palm of your hands. You mean?
nah, not the palm of my hand, but with my fingers.
Are they veiny?
Nah, I'd have to show you another finger for that.
Yeah, hey, yo, whoa.
So you see how my fingers are splitting off,
They're the two
but
fingers.
it's stemming from one branch, but it's popping off into every different
Direction.
scenario,
Yeah.
right? So it is really like,
All the same coin but different sides. Like that shit. It's one huge universe with alternate universes within it.
whatever can happen will happen,
That's fine.
and it has happened or is happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in another universe, I didn't get paid $1,000. I got paid 5,000.
Yo, Miguel, your name is customizable to you, bro. You got to customize your own name.
Say what? Oh,
Miguel Rosario.
Yeah, Bugle Boy.
no. I don't know how to do that one. Never mind.
Rosario, papa.
That's
Yeah.
what's
You know
You
what's
look
funny?
like a
I like the
Bugle Boy.
idea of that. If I had the ability to jump into another universe to see myself,
See, but that's
I
the
will
thing, though.
probably hug the fuck out of myself and be like, "You're a beautiful person," and then like hold his hand and walk down the street and just strut down the street with him. If it was possible, but go ahead and explain why it wouldn't be possible.
So, you ever heard of Schrodinger's cat?
It sounds familiar.
I mean,
Summary.
summary. All right, so Schrodinger's cat is a famous thought experiment that demonstrates the idea in quantum physics that tiny particles can be in two states at once until they're observed. It takes you to imagine, right,
Yeah.
that you put a cat in a box with a
Okay.
mechanism that could kill it. But until you look inside that box, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time.
Yeah, because you can't see past the closed box.
Right.
Okay, I understand that concept. It's like the concept of I remember my philosophy teacher telling me if before you came into this room, you knew there was desk in this room, right? And I'm like, yeah. I said if we were standing outside the room with the door closed, and I asked you if the desk and the chair was still in there, you know, to your knowledge it is. But what if I removed all the desks and chairs before you got here? You know what I'm saying? So he's always telling me like, never assume it's just there's desk or there isn't. It's kind of the same concept
yeah.
when it
What
comes to
talking about Schrodinger's cat?
well, what he's trying to say is if you have a cap and you put it in the box and there's a mechanism inside the box that can destroy the cap, right?
Right.
To your knowledge, the cap is only one of two things, which is either obliterated by the mechanism or it's still there. So it's there or it's not there. It's in existence or non-existent.
It's both dead and alive at the same time.
Yeah, it's both dead and alive at the same time.
Yeah, until you observe it, that's when you'll know if it's dead or alive. But at the same,
Yeah.
if it's not being observed, it's essentially dying.
So if so hence what you just said, like, you know, that means, so what you say, like, if I was to go to another universe and I was to see myself, one of us would be real and one would not be
No,
real.
it's not. But that can't happen because it's all subjective continuity.
Okay.
So subjective continuity. Subjective continuity, quantum immortality. Right. It refers to the idea that within the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, an observer will always subjectively experience survival, even in scenarios where they should die. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's also you're right, because it's like,
if this is for us though, right? It's not even about Schrodinger's cat right now. If you go back to quantum suicide, because this is how I'm going to get you to understand what quantum mortality really is.
okay.
Quantum suicide, right? Let's say, where is it? Where's the experiment? So let's say you just for shits and gigs, right? You play Russian roulette.
Okay.
Love it.
Every 30 seconds you pull in the trigger. Right?
Yeah.
Literally you're branching off a new world every 30 seconds because you cannot observe your death.
So
really,
eventually
even if the first shot killed you, you wouldn't know it because you are the observer and can only observe life, your life.
So what if, right, because you said every 30 seconds you have a caliber using a 6-shooter. So after that would be 3 minutes. Within that 3 minutes time, you'll be dead in one of them, but you won't be able
Oh
to
shit!
know
Right here,
that
they
you're
got
dead.
look at it right here. Let me just finish fucking reading because I'm a dick. Where the fuck was I?
I concur. What's up?
Yeah. Let me just start over. All right. And let me take a swig of this whiskey sour I got here.
Yes, sir. The drink of pool champs, baby.
Let's get it.
Well, at least the drinks of this pool champ. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you know, I always gotta throw my little spin on it. So it's a whiskey passion fruit sour.
Ooh.
You look zesty tonight, Pop.
Yeah, he hella zesty, yo.
Yeah, nigga trying to get in somebody panties that's next to him.
He doing
You
something.
trying to.
There's nobody next to me. I'm very lonely tonight.
Oh, she left you? She said, fuck you and your weird friends.
All right, so let me start over, right? Subjective continuity refers to the idea within the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. An observer will always subjectively experience survival, even in scenarios where they should die. This is because, according to the many worlds interpretation, every quantum event creates a branching of the universe, and the observer will continue to exist in the branches where they survive. Essentially, the theory suggests that if we were to program a quantum suicide experiment, like pointing a gun at your head with a 50-50 chance of firing, excuse me, you would subsequently experience surviving every time, even though from an external perspective, there would be branches where you die. The core idea is that the observer's subjective experience is always one of survival, as they are always in a branch where they continue to exist. How it works, right? Many worlds interpretation, the foundation of quantum immortality, which posits that every quantum event creates a new universe or branch where the possible outcome occurs. We read all of that. There's a couple of criticisms, but really, if you've ever had a near-death experience, or if anybody's had a near-death experience before, that is really the moment where your consciousness shifted. You died in that reality, but you didn't experience that because you can't. You're the observer.
That makes a lot.
Okay.
That did feel weird.
Yeah, it does sound.
Quite a.
You feel weird? What?
It felt weird surviving because, like, just to relate, right? You know, but a few years ago, I got before I even, you know, was able to drive. And good thing though, like, because as I'm slow, as I can see the person still turning when it's red light, because they ran the red light. My hand is still on the back brake, so I remember like still holding it right while going whoa whoa whoa. Had I not held on to the brake still, I would have went a little bit further and ended up on the front bumper rather than being clipped by the side. I got up real quick, but I felt weird because like I didn't feel no pain yet.
Yeah, in another world, you died. In another universe, you died. In that case, this one you did because you're the observer.
Yeah. Yep. And I felt really weird. Like nothing. I couldn't have the thought process that I was before couldn't get back. Like change back to there. And I can definitely.
Was that your one and only near-death experience?
No, that was one of my more.
Right. So that I've had a bunch of them too. Right. A fucking shit ton of them.
Yeah.
I think the most recent one was in Florida with my family, and honestly, I think if we weren't the observers of our own worlds, we all probably died in that car crash. I promise. Huh?
Can I give another example?
Yeah.
I think you remember this too. I could have died in the hospital when I caught a cyst in my throat. Pause. It was I think where was it? Tonsillitis.
See, but that's the thing. The theory suggests that it's only, and we'll get to where sickness and everything play into it, but it's sudden death.
Oh,
How about does
hold on.
it?
Well, if
Well,
I went to sleep that night instead of going to the hospital, I would have died in my sleep.
that's a different occasion. I could relate more with the. I think the getting hit by the car was probably closer to what Jason's talking about.
I just thought about another situation where I could have died, but my decisions kind of helped out with that, so it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In another universe, you didn't make the same decision. You made the worst one, which is death. What I want to know is does it pertain to what if right before near death near death accident whatever happens, right?
Near death experience.
Yeah, near death experience happens. What if right at that moment you have an out of body experience where your spirit leaves your body, but because your spirit's still in that world, you're still alive. Are you still considered the observer?
Wait. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
You're probably dead.
All right. Right when the near death experience happens, you have an out of body experience. Like your spirit literally leaves your body, and you're watching it from like eagle eye view.
You mean like an astral projection view?
Yeah, like an astral projection while the near death experience is happening.
I don't know, Dr. Strange acts of quantum physics. I'm a fucking layman. I don't fucking know.
I'm saying, but do you agree with me with that still pertains to the same thing because your spirit,
I don't know, because
the spirit is the observer. Not
really, your consciousness is the observer.
The consciousness,
your soul, so to speak,
which will be your soul. Okay, all right,
but
that still pertains to the same
astral
thing.
Projection is something totally different than
that's your spirit. That's your spirit.
Nah, but it's different because when you're astral projecting, you're not going to other dimensions. You're still in that dimension, but
as I'm saying, you will still be
your physical form.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You will still be the observer, which in another.
Can't observe your death. Is what
I mean, technically, you're just observing yourself being the observer.
Yeah, but you can't observe yourself upon death because it's almost like being able to like stop time, see what's happening.
It's like a video game. You can fucking describe all of this shit like a video game, right? Right now, right? if you want to get into that all that astral projection shit, you're taking your view from first person shooter to third person shooter when you're astral projecting.
Basically.
Right.
Right?
That's what I was saying. I would just
When
say
you're
I agree with that. I agree with
when
that.
you're doing that whole quantum immortality shit, you're respawning.
You respawning. Okay. I got
But
you.
now when you respawn, my thing is the universe is never the same. There are always these little subtle differences. So that's
Yeah.
where I think, honestly, the Mandela effect comes in.
Like I have a straight peel is in one, and then another one is curved.
What?
What?
Oh, my fault. I went too far. I took it too far.
What's going on with you?
I took it too far.
Way too far, bro.
See, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
You
it's just the thought of a perv. My fault.
too? You sipping on that same passion fruit shit?
Zest. Zest.
Yeah.
Nah, but I that's why I bring it up because I was like I think it still counts as the same thing being in the same universe because obviously your spirit hasn't left.
Right. Well, the only reason why I didn't want to say I'm not gonna say I disagree.
Do you think that all the universes, all the multi-universes is all the same spirit,
No,
but
you ever?
broken down
Yes,
into
No.
is it
yes.
all one spirit but just parted off into different smaller
Not
versions of
not
itself?
parted off. In this theory, is not parted off. It's all one thing. You ever seen the butterfly effect?
Love
Yes.
it. Best movie ever.
The first one though, the one with Ashton
The
Kutcher.
first
Yeah,
one
the
is the best one.
original
That's
one
when
is
you
the
say
best one.
butterfly effect.
Bro,
That's the one I'm talking about. Fuck the other ones.
That's a very simple fucking example of quantum immortality.
It
every
was
time
so fire.
something changes around you.
That movie was
Right, but
insane.
he lived in all of them
Yeah.
He's the only one that lived in all of them.
because he's the observer.
But the problem
But
the twist was he kept resetting or respawning into the other universe where he survived, but not in the
The
universe.
branched off universe.
the twist was that he was actually insane, and he never did any of that.
But was he really insane?
No, that's
Yeah.
how it ended. That
Look
that
at his
that.
father. Look at his dad. His dad was always like, "Oh, it ends with you. It ends with me," and he died in an insane asylum. Look, like it's a curse.
Right.
Yeah, because
Okay. I think
initially they chose they made the same decisions. That's what it
right
is.
after I kind of meld in what I'm trying to explain about the Mandela effect and this whole quantum immortality shit, I'm gonna get there because I just learned about a disorder.
Hold on. Before you get to what you're gonna say, real real Mandela effect, or not the fake shit they show like on fucking social media when Fruit of the Looms doesn't have a
Uh,
cone when it does have a cone.
You mean the corner?
That yeah, it does have a cone. But
It
yeah,
you'll
does.
cornucopia.
yeah, they took it out. But
Now I'm talking
that's
about
just
real
dope.
Mandela effects. Like, where
Yeah,
the fuck is the Sinbad movie? Because I've seen that shit.
I seen it. He was the original motherfucking what's it called? What was the name of that movie?
It was Shazam.
Yeah, he made the original Shazam movie. I seen that
Yeah,
fucking movie.
he came, bro. I remember it like it was night and day. The fucking kid was the same typical fucking 90s dude that was in almost all the fucking little movies. And he fell through like a sewer grate in the city. And he
Yep.
fell into the fucking all these genie pillows where the fucking boombox was. And when he played the boombox, my man Sinbad came out of that shit.
There's a video of Sinbad talking about it, like, oh, what happened to my movie? Like he's
Oh,
talking
I was
about it.
on mad drugs and the FBI took it from everybody's house. Shut the fuck up. FBI took it from everybody's house, you fucking idiot.
So how
Yeah,
come nobody got a copy of it?
Because the
there's a
FBI
copy.
took it from everybody's house, Corey. Seriously?
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's a copy. There's copies out there. Look at, but nobody.
There's copies.
Maybe every time it's uploaded, it's a the fucking the internet is taken out.
So do
Nah,
you
there's
know
no
about the
copy.
dead internet theory? I think it's the
Huh?
dead internet theory is what it's
Nah,
called. The dead internet theory, I think.
nah, what is that?
So it's like They said that during COVID or during 2012 or something like that, everything that existed on the internet before is basically not real, and what we see is the AI generated of what we remember it to be.
Okay, I
And then
get it, but wait. Backtrack. The internet is that way, or the reality's that way?
They said that the internet is that way, but
So
it
that
affects
makes
us it affects our reality because we're all questioning like where the hell is these where's this movie? Where's this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that song
where's the
never said
code?
this. Yeah, like something like that.
Okay, okay, I can see that. But I would believe it more if you said it happened in the year 2000. Was it 2000? That Y2K happened, 1999 or some
Well,
shit.
they're saying that
2000, yeah.
everything that existed on the internet, so like all the old Vine videos that we've seen and like videos from like 5 6 years ago that just nobody even talks about anymore, but they were like so crazy to remember.
Uh-huh.
They said that those were erased off the internet, but if we look it up, it's an AI video, like of what we remember it to be, but not really that, or something, just to drive us more crazy.
yeah, like the John F. Kennedy assassination, right?
Yeah, something. Yeah, like the pictures are different than what we saw.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how the
Like,
fuck you fit so many people in that car?
and it's not even that. Like, there's a picture of it as soon as it happened, and it shows two security guards running after the car. But then on the video of it happening, you see one of the security guards already in the car, and
Uh,
she's reaching back, like reaching for somebody to get her out. It
yeah,
was
because
weird.
the
Like, there's
shot came from the front seat.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
the driver turned around and shot him. It wasn't no
Hold
sniper.
on, I feel like while we're saying, go ahead, you can continue talking. I need to play this right here
No,
while we're talking
I was
again because
like what we know it to be, and what they're trying to show us on media.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just another massive tactic of it's just another psyop. You know what I'm saying? Psychological operation on us. That's all it is to me when it comes to that kind of stuff. But when he's talking about quantum immortality and how um that has a effect with what is it that we was just fucking talking about? The fucking
the butterfly effect.
Mandela, the
the
Mandela effect
the
or the butterfly
Mandela
effect.
effect, the Mandela effect. I feel like that the a real Mandela effect is actually happening, but it's not the ones that they're taking away from the movies and
But
the stuff that we
it's
see.
really because it's all the little subtle shit like O'Reilly's. What happened to the S? Because now the song don't make sense. O'Reilly? No, motherfucker. It was
Yeah,
always
very first.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. You
Yeah,
fucking
Are they saying that it wasn't?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll kill them, bro. There's
yeah,
no
but
way.
on the side it has a S.
No, there's no S,
no, they took out the S.
bro.
But
They never.
the
On
There
one
was
right
this?
here,
never.
No
There
way.
was
the one that
never
I
an
live at right now,
S.
the
There
one
was never an S.
according to them.
Or did we always
According to history.
Riley?
Look, Google it. It
No,
does say O'Reilly, but when you type it in on Google, it comes up with an S for the autofill.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you go to the store,
it's,
there's one right here that
it,
has an S, bro. I look
There's
at it
no
all the
S,
time.
bro. I promise you, there's no S.
it's
Or
not.
there's an S in my
Oh.
brain because I remember it with an S.
Everything says O'Reilly's careers, O'Reilly's auto parts near blank blank Florida. Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't erase all of its past existence. That's why, just like with the other one, they're like, "Oh, well, that never happened." Like with the Fruit of the Loom thing, they swore it didn't happen, but somebody found it, and they're like, "Well, how do you
But
explain?"
this is why I
Bro,
really
because that
don't I don't
cornucopia
believe
shit's bullshit. It was always there.
Yeah, it was there. I remember it being
I
there.
know.
this is why I also don't believe like when people say, "Oh, AI is going to take over," because I don't see AI as artificial intelligence. Like something that's artificial can't be intelligent, and something that's intelligent can't be artificial.
Yes, I can.
So no, no, it cannot, bro. That's like saying a dumb nigga could be smart.
But that's the
No, nigga, it's no, it don't,
That's so different.
bro. No, I'm telling you, bro.
Organic versus
AI is just an algorithm. It's just
No,
getting
he's right.
better. AI
He's
is
right.
just AI
There,
is just getting better at just finding whatever it could find on its computing station, bro. That's all it's good at. Like you know what I'm saying? It will never give you
it
a human.
it has to have an opportunity to evolve, and we're gonna get to that honestly.
Nah, son. Nah, it's gonna
Promise.
evolve into just a larger,
No, there
larger
has to
scale of information. That's all it
if
is.
no, it has to. So I'll. It has to do with all of this.
You know why? Because it's gonna
I'll
be a bust. It's gonna collapse on itself
I
because
promise you.
the
I'll explain.
misinformation that's being projected into the internet is gonna destroy AI's algorithm. It's gonna destroy it because every time you try to access something, it's just gonna keep giving you misinformation.
Not if it has the ability to think for itself.
It won't get there. It can't. It don't
It
have a lit.
will,
does.
bro.
It has to. It has to be a live organism.
Bro, it
Alive.
already thinks for itself now.
It don't have anything that's alive in it. It doesn't.
It has nothing to do about
give me
being.
till the end of the episode. I'll change your mind.
All right. We'll see.
All right.
All right, so Corey, what was you saying about the end of the? I mean, about butterfly effect in general, just the sickness. You know what I mean?
Oh, that he was insane.
Uh,
Bye. Bye, Corey.
I didn't do that to him. He took himself out.
Now that's insane.
Bye. There goes the algorithm trying to remove its information that it's not
He
familiar
probably
with.
hit the wrong button.
The algorithm doesn't want that information.
They got me, boy.
Crazy.
They almost canceled me just for talking about it.
The algorithm just recreated itself.
So I think I don't. Okay, so I don't know if he was crazy, but a part of me feels like he was, even though like I don't want to believe it. Just because the way the movie starts out, he's in the insane asylum and he's writing a letter to his past self, or he's writing a letter or reading it or something, and then like some of the movies, and then in that universe, he never wrote in the journals. The doctor was like, "You made up the journals to help you cope with what's going on." And every time he went back in time and remembered shit, he had a nosebleed. But he would have, and by the end of the movie, he had like 110 years of memories in his brain. He would have overloaded. He would have died
You
of
ever heard of?
No.
timelines that never happened. They never
No.
happened. So of course
I
he was
understand, but
insane.
your brain won't overload, bro. Your brain has infinite fucking storage, bro.
I have.
He's remembering things that no longer exist. So he's adjusting to that timeline's brain.
Yeah.
But
Right.
So
that, but that's
he's Mott, listen, it's like taking a computer and just putting in everything you can think of into like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so much to where it's overloaded and you shove more. You shove more. It's gonna burst, bro. I'm telling
No,
you.
he's right. He's right, and we're almost at the point to where, yo, this is
I
honestly.
don't think so.
Let me just stop for a second. Let me pause this episode
We'll get back to that.
and let me just shout out, right? Because how many of y'all actually did the research here?
What for?
Migs, you
Quantum
lied.
immortality?
Yeah. I was listening to a couple of podcasts and I found two websites where I was trying to read on it, but it was a lot. So I
Right,
thought
but you was trying to cram, so
I was
you really didn't receive a majority of the information that you should have.
No, I didn't research it as much. I just watched like
Right
a
now,
5 minute
look,
video.
what I'm getting at, honestly, what I'm getting at is that we can pick a topic and one or two of us can do the research and it just melds together because of the intellect that's on this podcast. Whether all of
Mine.
us are on here or
Far beyond the normal
some
man.
of us are on here. Now it's crazy because honestly, the things that I have on here are going with everything that you guys are bringing up. Excuse me, but you're bringing it up just a tad early. So the sickness that you're talking about could be something that I found today while researching the whole fucking quantum immortality shit. And I tried to cram a whole 3 hours worth of fucking quantum physics in an hour, and I stopped because it's too much. But
noted.
Capgras syndrome, right? You ever heard of that?
Cat grass?
Capgras?
No.
Cat grass.
CAPGRAS.
Cat press.
Yeah, have you heard of it?
I heard of it, but I wasn't able to reach.
No,
So
sir.
Capgras syndrome, right, is a rare psychiatric disorder that causes people to believe a close family member, pet, friend, etc., have been they're
Touched.
identical, but they're an imposter. They're not the same person.
Or a skinwalker.
Wait, say that again. Say it again.
Yes,
So it's a rare psychiatric disorder that makes you think that the people that are closest to you, doesn't matter what it is, about pet, the guy at the corner store, your mother, your wife, your kids,
So
you
they're not
see
real.
them as them, but you know that they're not really the people that you know them to be.
Like at some point they
Oh
got
shit.
switched out.
Right.
That's creepy.
That's called. You know what's funny is called. There's another disease called face blindness,
Yeah.
where that people can't recognize people by their face. They only recognize them by clothing and mannerisms. So like if you took a woman, like say if Jason had face blindness, and we took another woman that had the same skin color as Jasmine, put her in the same clothes and use the same mannerisms, he would think it's Jasmine.
Damn.
I know it's not the same thing, but I just that shit came to mind. I just wanted to bring that up. But that is a crazy disorder. I would never want to have that.
Now, let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this. Let's use the whole hypothesis that quantum immortality is real.
Yeah, let's just say it is.
How many times can you do it before shit starts to go wrong? Because yes, you can do it forever, but what happens when there's no more sudden death? What happens when you just eventually die?
Then you die.
Quantum. So what do you mean by quantum immortality? Are you
Hold on,
talking about?
Before he summarizes quantum immortality for you, there has to be a universe where you live forever.
The consciousness lives forever.
No.
See, but that's the thing.
But there has to be one. You know how you said there's different ones happen in different ways, right? There has to be one where you're immortal, where you're either just found the final youth in that fucking universe, or you're half cyborg and you just live forever. And there's other ones where you don't even make it to 2 years old. There's other ones where you only make it to 10. There's other ones where you know what I'm saying, your dad doesn't even nut.
I don't remember this guy's name. Let me see what this
You
guy's
end up
name.
in a condom.
Yeah, you in the condom somewhere floating.
You mean a test tube, baby?
You and another one you a test tube, baby. You fucking
I think
African.
the guy's name is like Mark Darkberg or Thorpe. I remember his fucking name. I really do not. I'll put it in Instagram as a comment when I figure it out after this episode, but I don't remember the guy's name.
All right.
But he posed a theory that you know your energy gradually, after respawning so many times, it gradually fades and it gradually declines and
What
you
you think
start
about that
to
theory?
get things like old age and illness.
So you mean
Nah.
respond the older you the older
That shit like that to me, I don't believe in that. Because one, scientists already found out that energy never dies.
right.
That's one. And then two, no matter how old you get, in your brain, you feel like you're 25. Your spirit does not age. To me, no matter how old you get, in your mind is young still. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about wisdom
I get
and
what
being
you're talking
mature.
about.
I don't believe in that guy's fucking theory, but that's a okay theory, I guess.
I kind of believe in it, but
let's
get back to the Capgras.
I think he's
I feel like we're moving
emo.
a little too fast.
No, but give Corey a summary.
Immortality, the thing.
So quantum immortality,
Quantum.
right, is the theory to where the observer. So let me go back. Let me backtrack.
I'm sorry, I joined late.
It's all right. You know what? Don't be sorry. You know, just take a time out, okay? I tell you what. Take yourself a whole dismal break.
Subscribe for more videos.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share. slap. And it's that one. Let's go. Everybody talking about Dizzle new song. They like, that's that turn. That lit. That slap. That shit. It's that one. That go. Everybody talking about Dizzle new song.
I got GS jumping on a Tuesday. Dizzle drunk gang deeper than the Wu-Tang. If you love it, then you better cuff your back.
Dizzle, Dizzle, ready to see that. Ready to sizzle, Dizzle, ready to sizzle. Dizzle, Dizzle, on the sit, ready to sizzle. Dripping my lip, on my lips, I'm ready to sizzle, I'm ready to Dizzle, Dizzle, on the sit, ready to sit. I need more than a drip. I'm ready to sit, I'm ready to sit. I need more than a drip. Dizzle, 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 Dizzle.
Shout out to Dizzle. Shout out to the Dizzle brand. Go to dizzlebrand.com right now. Order your stuff. Merch, liqueur. They have the stuff in the cans, the little spritz. What are they? The what are they called? Come on, yeah, alcoholics.
Oh, the seltzers?
Yeah. Those things. The mixed drinks, whatever the fuck they are.
Listen, I appreciate you calling me alcoholic, but don't call it. Hey,
Well, what?
oh, my drinks.
Yeah. A little tip to
So for Corey,
to
what you
Dizzle brand. Let's get some more chested women in our videos. But that lady was cardboard chest, bye. But my fault. I just want to add to say that shit was bothering me. At least a fucking A cup,
An egg.
A plus, or something. Double A.
What was that like? What was it like, a B minus you thinking about?
That shit was a negative A.
A negative minus?
F.
Bro,
The F is huge.
It was just Mariola.
F is a fucking flotation device for real.
Nah, that's
Oh
tricky.
yeah. F is big.
That does.
And somebody a hot bake.
I go back to the summarization.
F weighs as much as a toddler for each boob.
Alright.
Y'all ever seen, while we're talking about this real quick, have y'all ever seen the video of that lady smashing the cans with her breasts?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. She
Yeah.
smashed watermelons though.
My,
Smashed
my
a
wife,
fucking concrete block.
my wife
Yeah,
does it from
yes,
time
she
to
did.
time.
What?
What happened? You have fucking 99 double F? Shit's crazy, boy.
Like the elbows in your chest.
Nah, she a double D. She right. She breaking. She caving in fucking skull caps.
Wow.
But let's do the summarization.
All right. So for those of y'all that are just joining us after that Dizzle commercial break, and for Corey,
Thank you.
quantum immortality is a theoretical concept that suggests that a person could survive a dangerous situation and continue to exist in a parallel universe. It's based on the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which states that every possible outcome of a quantum measurement occurs in a separate universe.
So you basically proved my point. There's one universe where you're immortal.
Do you need
So
me
would
to
you-
read an
but
explanation of
would
the
you-
explanation?
So would you like be your conscience be jumping from one to the
Universe
next?
to another, right?
Huh.
But without you knowing, in the butterfly effect, he was well aware of his consciousness shifting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was all based on the same like storyline from when he was younger.
Yeah, but
So
for what he knows, but if quantum immortality is being applied to butterfly effect, he thinks he's in the same universe,
Right, but
living
he's
it
not.
over again, but he's really not. he's really jumping from one universe to the next with a different outcome. So if Corey, like if someone pulls a gun out on you, right, and someone shoots you dead, you wouldn't know that you died because you would just shift into the next
Yeah,
In
you
your
would just go
universe,
universe.
that
directly to
gun
the next
jam.
one.
And the next universe it jams, and then you take the gun and you shove it up his ass.
But what about that universe is consciousness?
You
You're
will
not
have
there to
another.
observe. You're not there to observe what happens.
Yeah,
Everybody else
but do
that's
you
left
just
behind.
You
but
just
do you
start
just
off.
merge into that one and then that one gets out, or does that one just not
No,
there anymore?
it is as it is, because in that universe you don't die by a bullet, you die by a fucking bear mauls you at the zoo, but you don't experience that either because once you die by that bear, and you go into another universe where the bear you get away somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
what
really,
I'm
You die of
really,
asking you
old
it's
is
some.
like,
age.
So
okay, but what I'm asking you is this: God forbid something happens, you die, and you wake up in the next universe,
You
right?
won't wake up. You just start off.
You shift into that one.
Yeah,
right,
Oh,
but you
you
that's
won't
won't
altered.
remember
notice.
That's like
nothing.
altered carbon.
Yeah, you won't remember
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
pretty
but
much.
happened in the
what
last.
happened? So you'd be in a new body, but just in another universe, like the
This
same
is,
body, same
this is
person,
it's the
but another
same
universe.
consciousness though.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's the same consciousness living out of simultaneous consciousnesses.
But what happened to that? Is it just a walking shell of nothing
That
that until
universe
that point?
finished. It finished. It came to its
Right.
end.
There's
According,
there is a lot of questions. Like there
it
is
came to a finish according to the wholeness of your
Okay, let's do this. If
consciousness.
let's say this then, if you could go back in time to 5 minutes and see, and but you're coming out of the house and you see yourself leaning on the car, what happens there? Are you
you can't.
is that like an old consciousness, or if you were to go back in time, do you jump into your younger self's body?
Well, that will only go according to that universe. That means that in that universe, you were supposed to go back in time and see yourself die and then change the outcome. That universe, that was supposed to happen until you actually die.
Okay, well, basically the question is, if I'm shifting into another universe where I don't die from the bullet, like the gun jams, what happens to that Corey that I shifted into? Like the consciousness that was working his way for 28 years till he was held gunpoint, but the gun jammed. But in my universe, I died
That's
and
the
I
real
It's
switched
the
over.
same.
question, right?
That's why I was trying. That's why I'm telling you that
But look,
it's
that's the
all
real
you all the
question.
same nigga, but it's different universes.
That's the real question, though,
Hmm.
right? Because there are some people that wake up and they could speak other whole fucking languages and don't even know how the fuck they did that.
Right.
Well, there was a story that a guy bumped his head, like he hit his head really hard, and when he woke up, he could speak Chinese.
I
Right.
remember that.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah,
African dude, he got hit by a car and he woke up. He was speaking African and Spanish.
yeah. And everybody's like, "Yo, what the hell?"
Yeah, those are just fucking things that's
But
happening in the brain.
for other things, it's phenomenon like Mandela effect. It's
Oh,
little subtle things that change, so that way your consciousness really don't notice it. You know what I mean?
have, yeah. Have
But
you ever
that's where
seen
things like the crabgrass comes in, because what if
have,
after so many times of shifting, you start to notice things are wrong?
have you? Okay, it's like, have you ever seen the
You, be,
Discovery?
you become
I think
stronger.
I told you to watch it one time a while back.
I don't remember
Um,
it or not.
but
I
it's
mean,
kind of
yeah.
like that. Like if I tell you the ending of it, it'll ruin it. But it's just basically like the dad is obsessed with figuring out afterlife, and he figures it out that there is one. So he makes it public, and the suicide rate just like jumps sky high. Like I'm talking about millions and millions of people are just offing themselves to get to the afterlife. But it never says what it is until the end of the movie. But the end of the movie is basically kind of like what we're talking about now. But it's good. Like it's worth a watch. It's kind of like the butterfly effect, but newer. It's
I've
pretty good.
seen this movie, bro, with Ethan Hawke, right?
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about. No, I'm just waiting for him to say the title of the movie, but I know which one
Training
he's talking
Day.
about. No.
Training Day.
I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was basically about time travel. right?
Luther.
Wasn't it 72 hours or some shit like that?
Nah, bro. This movie's weird. It starts off with this girl, right? And this girl, she like falls in love with this mysterious guy.
Mm.
He gets her pregnant, right? And something happens. She has to leave the baby, and she ends up dying.
Okay.
Or getting fucked up to the point
Are you
where
talking about the time traveler's wife?
No,
not
Predestination.
You seen that movie?
I'm looking at it right now. I looked it up. It's
Bro,
Predestination.
let me tell you something.
I saw it. I think I saw it.
There are 4 perceived characters in this movie. It's Ethan Hawke. It's the guy that Ethan Hawke works for. It's the girl that Ethan Hawke is observing. And it's the guy that gets her impregnated.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a fifth. There's the bad guy, right? It's all the same character. Every single one of those characters is the same fucking character.
What?
There you go, folks. Quantum immortality in one movie.
Bro, she was born with a rare thing that she had both
her pussy lips.
Both human sexual organs inside of her, right? So
she was a hermaphrodite.
I'll take it down.
When she gave birth, it fucked up all of her female ones. So they had no other choice but to sew her up with the male parts.
Oh.
So she became a male. She didn't die. She became a male.
Ethan Hawke.
And she went back in time and became the one that impregnated her.
Oh, I know what movie you talking about, bro. I seen that shit. Ridiculous. I seen that movie, bro. I seen that. I know you're talking about.
Ethan Hawke goes to try to stop that dude.
And it's like it's supposed to be. It's like Ethan Hawke is like he's not the girl though.
He is the girl.
He's the girl and the dude.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I seen it, but it came to like to me. I thought he was like the father.
In the beginning of the movie, Ethan Hawke gets his fucking ass kicked and gets reconstructive surgery on his face to look like he does now. And then the movie starts.
I remember that movie.
That did it to him when he's really the one that did it to himself.
That was a good fucking movie. That was a good movie.
It was a mind fuck and a half.
Yeah, that's a mind fuck.
It's mind fucking me, and I haven't even seen it.
I'm telling you, it's a very good movie. I seen it.
You're mind fucked before you can get mind fucked.
It came out a minute ago, though. It came out like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
2014.
Like even longer. Wow. I think that's when I saw it though, like 5 years
ago.
Bro,
it was
cool.
Crazy mind fuck, bro.
You gotta see it. It's good.
Another one that says a Source Code. Source Code was really good with Jake Gyllenhaal.
The Source Code was crazy, bro.
That kind of fits into the
Quantum
Immortality.
The Edge of Tomorrow. The Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, but the Source Code, that was more like consciousness. It was more about consciousness.
Yeah, but he's living it. But it's a memory. The whole movie is a memory. It's not really happening.
Yeah, it's consciousness fucking being fucking tampered with. That's what it is.
Yeah, but by the end of the movie,
he's in a chamber with no fucking
by the end of the movie,
parts.
he dies, but he's still alive in his memory, but as that other guy that he took a place over in the memory, but it never, you know what I'm saying? Like
Source Code was good as fuck.
That kind of sounds like what Jason was talking about the quantum immortality. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Our
that's
body
what I
dies, but our consciousness lives on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So it's not like he jumped into that guy's body. He just jumped into the guy's body of a memory of the body, I guess you could say.
And to you, but to you is a memory, but it's actuality though. For that universe.
The whole movie was a memory.
Indulge me for a second though, fellas. You
want
see
chocolate?
how what you were saying, Mach, like you don't believe that energy is ever wasted.
I think it's just reaccumulated. I feel like it just gets stronger.
I mean, a dying
But
star never reignites, but I digress.
no, but that energy dissipates. It goes somewhere else. Energy,
Exactly.
energy that's
Exactly.
released from that dying star.
So
It
let's
goes
build
somewhere
on that,
else.
right?
Becomes
Let's
another star. Becomes another world.
let's build on
Nah, not
that.
So it
necessarily.
doesn't die.
So
It re-
let's
The energy that
say,
was released from the
right?
dying star.
Maybe it gets
Let,
absorbed by another star. It doesn't become that one.
It becomes. It probably goes somewhere else. Well, we'll come back to
well,
that.
it, but that sounds like
no, I'm
reincarnation
gonna
too.
take
The
exactly
energy
what you
goes somewhere
said.
else to live into something else, but it's the same energy, but
I'm gonna
now it
take
has a
Basically, reincarnation is something like quantum immortality. It's something like it. It's kind of. I think it's similar.
part
look.
of
I'm
it's
Okay,
gonna
gone,
but
take
the other
I'm
part
gonna
lives
but
on.
what
take
do you?
exactly what you just said, Mach, right? And I'm gonna apply it to quantum immortality, but from my theory with what this guy said about the gradual decline, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Let's say your energy does dissipate over time
Yeah.
because you're going through so many multiverses. Let's say that the spirit dwindles, you know what I mean, and it leads to things, it leads to mental illness, it leads to like cancers, like terminal
But
illness,
that's the
or
body, though. That's not the.
or if you're lucky, it leads to old age, right? And you die.
Yeah, but that's not your. That's not
Then
your energy. That's your
but
body.
listen, bro.
Your
It just
flesh.
states because quantum immortality is something that is it's a sudden death. You know what I mean? It's not you living your life out and then respawning at a later time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you get to finish the game, so to speak, and that life ends, we've seen a video. I played a video on one of these episodes before that it explained that there was no God, that we were God. The energy transfers between all of us, right? And then when you die, you go and you see the all your consciousness explain this to you on how we're all a one being. So when you go back down to become a somebody, when you come back down to reuse that energy, you become somebody else. You could respawn as a fucking person in the Ewu tribe in 1920.
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
But that's because that's where you're needed
Can
at
you
that
say
point in
that?
time.
Can you say that last part? Can you say that last part again? Because
But
Siri popped up on my
it
phone.
wouldn't be you. You would spawn into like a different body, a different age, a different person.
Hey,
Right.
I think something like that happened a few years ago. Wasn't there a couple of reports that came out that some people, I mean, some kids were able to speak about a previous life experience with 9/11, and
Yes.
Yeah.
those kids weren't even alive during the time?
Yeah,
Yep.
like
No,
they pointed at 9/11. They were like, that was my office right there.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah.
I remember falling out that window.
Yeah, what really got me is I think it was the same kid or something. He said, I remember seeing the plane coming towards the window. And then he
Yeah,
said, I remember falling. And then I remember waking up. Like,
yeah.
what?
Some of them remember very, very vivid like memories or detailed like things that happened with that situation, and then
It
people are
gives
like,
me chills, bro. It
you
gives
weren't,
me
you weren't
chills.
alive. How the fuck would you know that? And then some of them went over there and visited, and they were like, there was this one kid that even saw his name on the sigil of one of the people that died, that they had their names on that wall. He was like,
Yeah.
yeah, look, that I think I recognize that name.
we
And
got the internet
that's
to
crazy.
give all that information to those children. Um, what was that last part that you said, Jay? Before we got went off into a small tangent because my fucking Siri just kept popping up and I couldn't hear shit.
Yeah, but even if we have the internet like that much, these kids aren't really dying to learn about 9/11 like that.
The kids,
Right.
you know, the kids,
I'm
you
telling
know,
you, no, bro,
there's
because
No, no,
like,
special
a
kids,
lot
but
bro.
of kids are
listen,
not even
but
paying
listen,
attention to it
listen.
unless
There's
somebody
kids
gives them.
that are very
Yo, you
smart,
said
bro.
But I
dying.
know, but
Pun intended.
what I'm saying, like, they're not like researching it like what we were, like how we say, oh, it was an inside job. Oh, this was like this happened, this happened, this happened. All these conspiracies. These kids don't like. I work with nothing but like 21 and 20-year-olds. They have no clue about 9/11. Like they know about it, obviously, but like I said, dude, I remember being in school and looking on the
Yeah,
TV
but
and
there's
watching
people.
them.
So
Bro,
Those are
there's
half these
enough
people.
kids don't
video of
even.
some of the.
Those are people that is according to your life. There
But
are
no,
Yeah,
what I'm
but
actual
still,
saying,
bro,
but what I'm
half
people
saying
these
that
is
are
kids
like
don't even know
interested.
what the Underground Railroad and Harriet Tubman
Yeah,
was.
but there are
that's
kids
what I'm
that know
saying.
more than me and you.
But there are kids like that, Mach. But I'm saying like the general population of this generation coming up,
But you don't
they're
know
not.
the general population. You only know the handful of people that you interact with, Corey, which
Look
is
at
a
what's
very,
trending all the time, bro.
very
10
small.
years ago, there was nothing but conspiracy theories. Everybody was on conspiracy theories about all the stuff we've been through, and now all you see what's trending. Hollywood, P Diddy, all that stuff. Like
A
nothing that really.
conspiracy theory has been around since the beginning of man.
Well, you know
What
what conspiracy theories I'm talking
I
about.
know
Like,
I know
So
what you're
has
talking about.
distractions.
But what I'm
okay,
trying to, what I'm
I'll give you for instance, we were talking about UFOs the other day at work, and we was like, yeah, the first one was in Roswell, and everyone in the shop was like, yo, what are you talking
No,
about?
it wasn't.
No,
But
was
that's
it?
what I'm talking. I'm just saying, like Roswell, New Mexico. They're like, what are you talking about? What
That's the
is
first
that?
one they let us know about.
That's what I'm saying. But they didn't
Because
even
the
know about
first one was
that.
supposed to be like in Antarctica or some shit like that, right?
Aztec warriors wrote on their walls about aliens coming to them. You know what I'm trying to say? They had alien depictions on their walls
Yeah,
Yeah,
thousands
Most
of
ancient
years ago.
civilizations did though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So we always been visited. The question that everybody's scared of and they keep talking about now is, are the aliens gonna finally expose themselves to the fullest to the
at some
fullest?
point they will.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yo,
it's thousands and thousands of years and they haven't. They
what do
probably
you?
did, but
they will.
What,
They will when we finally go to space.
nah, because they're here. They live here. It's
That's
been
what I'm
settled.
saying.
Yeah, they live among us.
They live inside the. So there's a few different types of alien that you know what we'll get into that in
What I'm saying is
more.
like when we finally actually go to space and be able to go to another planet, they're gonna break out and they're gonna say, hey, we had
We're
outside
not
help,
allowed
and this
to,
is
bro.
this is
Not
our
allowed.
help.
We're
Nah,
not allowed.
I don't think we need to go to space to find out because real quick, I remember William
They're
Shatner.
underneath. They're
I
in the
remember
water.
William Shatner was mentioning something when all those billionaires or those famous people went to space, and he said when they looked up, it was dark. Right then and there, it made me believe that we probably might be in a simulation because when we look up, we see stars. How the fuck that if you go to space, you don't see none of those stars? Where the fuck do all those stars come from then? Like
Who's
Yeah.
to
that could,
say those aren't the stars? What if those are the multiverse branches?
eh, that could be it, but we can only see it within the atmosphere of this Earth. When we go outside of it, like we lose. It's almost like leaving someplace remote and you get no reception. The reception's only in the area where all that stuff is at. Once you go past that, that's it. You out of
Yeah,
bounds.
it's the dark zone. You're just like no land, like what is it? No man's land type shit.
Yeah, like no man's land. You know, Borderlands is,
you're talking about the firmament. That's what you're talking about.
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying too. Like that shit kind of made me believe like the aliens are here or whatever we think is outside of this Earth is actually here on Earth. Because if we look up and we see stars, but you know what I mean, like I'm going off of that shit that William Shatner said. When they went up, they saw complete total blackness. It's like if that's true, then what the fuck are we looking at when we're here on the ground? And then we get
Stanley
to
You're looking at Stanley Kubrick shit when you're watching our video.
probably.
Or or the stars are living organisms, and then when you get closer to them, they just go further away.
I believe those are the eyes of the people that's watching over us. They make it look like stars,
It's all the
Imagine.
cameras taking pictures of us because we're fucking famous.
right? And then each one is shinier than the other because they're more like zoomed in closer to you versus zooming
Yeah.
farther away.
It's crazy when you think about things like that, and we talk about quantum immortality. Don't you ever think that we have almost 8 billion people on the planet, and every one of those people think that they're a chosen person,
Yep.
and not knowing that some people are just a statistic, so that others could shine a little better than others.
Yep.
But who goes to say that maybe that in this world they're a statistic, but in their other multiverse, they're one of those shining stars. They're one of those
Do
famous people.
What do y'all think
They're
about?
one of the important people.
Do y'all think quantum immortality it could be a possibility?
Yeah,
I think it's true, bro.
I think so. Yeah.
The more
What
we
I
if
just
fall
want to
out
know. I
in
just want to
that
know deeper
red and
about what
third,
happens to the consciousness you jump into, the body of the
But they
consciousness.
don't know that. They just. This is just a
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
hypothetical thing.
I
This is just
believe
a
in it. No, that's what I'm
theory.
saying. I believe in it. I just want to know more about that. Like if there was a way to figure out that, but I don't think there. Well, how would you explain people with multiple personalities in one body?
right?
Well,
Because all of those people have their own like
that's
their
a
own ideas.
physical. That's a physical
Yeah, but really,
sickness,
what
though.
if you
Yeah,
could
but
throw that
it's
into
still a
quantum
conscience though,
immortality?
bro. It's
Yeah, it's a conscience that's been
But it still
tainted,
makes
Yeah,
sense
but
that
see, that's a thing that they're
being
trying to
obstruct.
debate. They're wondering what happens to that consciousness, right? Do you bump it, or do
No,
you
that's
meld
what I'm saying.
into
Do
no,
it?
you
You know what I mean?
absorb it?
It has to go through the flow until that consciousness is dissipate, is removed from that universe. So for that timeline, for that consciousness, it has to go through that turmoil, a physical turmoil. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is, and it has to go. It has to feel that. You know what I'm saying? It has to
Okay,
go
but
through that.
I
what
think
if
you're
you
on
go to
something.
another what if you can go to another timeline and run into yourself?
How
You
though?
can't run into yourself, bro. You
Can't
can't
because
Because
do
there
it.
has to be there can't be multiple timelines and one
See,
consciousness to
but
rule
you're
them all.
talking about going into another timeline physically. Quantum immortality
How it can't
just your consciousness,
how
not the
how it can't be one consciousness that rules over all of them.
it
When
can't because
Because
that's
because
wait, hold on,
how
hold on,
you
hold
know
on,
people
what?
hold on, hold on,
We
hold on,
have
hold on.
daily lives.
I
You
didn't
can't see
finish.
the same
Hold
thing
on.
from different point of views on the
I
same one
I didn't
image.
finish it. I didn't finish it because that's exactly what we're doing here on Earth.
that's
A whole bunch of
in this
different people.
reality.
Listen, a whole bunch of people living on the same planet as one thing called humanity. We're all doing it simultaneously. But what goes to say that each one of those simultaneous people don't have multiple universes where there's different outcomes?
That
It
is true,
keeps
but
branching out.
okay, but when you say different outcomes, are you talking about outcomes throughout their whole life or outcomes leading up to that point?
They have outcomes here, and then they have outcomes in other universes, and in those universes, it keeps branching off.
But
It's
what
like
I'm but
But
a
is
but
that
what I'm
web
saying
that has.
but what
is
I'm
the
saying
outcome?
but
Is it
what
to
I'm
that
saying
specific situation where you make one decision versus another, or is it
thank you.
something that you can change like in different scenarios?
Yeah, because if it's like
ev-
if it's a whole life that you jump into because you died in this one, so you're like, oh, bam, you find you have to keep living, so you jump into another one. There has to be something inside that other lifetime that has made those decisions throughout its life to that point that you made, so it can
Yeah,
make a
right.
different
it
decision.
Yeah.
was living. It was living as you was living in the first one. It
So
was making
how?
its own decisions.
So
So
you're
what
making
happens
two
to? So what
entities
happens to
rather
that
than the same
conscience?
one.
The one that dies in the, like, say the first one, let's we just hypothetically, the first one gets shot by the bullet and he jumps into the new universe. It
What
just
happens to
ceased.
that new universe's conscience?
It's the same consciousness. It's just up to that point is not the same. It's a different outcome. You don't get
So
shot by the bullet.
is that why we get deja vu then?
Yes,
That we live through.
that has to be. It has to correlate with that. It has to have
So
something to
you're
do
saying we
with
get deja
the
vu
quantum
because we lived
immortality.
that same scenario, but now we're in the
No, 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 no. We getting a glimpse of another universe that our consciousness lives in.
or
It's not happening in this one. It's happening in another one.
but you know what? Yeah, but you see now you're taking it back to what you said earlier. I think you're onto something because there's been a lot of times, right? Like I've paid attention to a lot of thought processes when you have time to think about yourself, right? There's been a lot of times where things that I thought were brand new or I just discovered, it made more sense than the things that caused more of a suspense, like, oh shit, that's what that means, versus, oh, so that's what that meant. So I had this feeling all the time that I didn't know what that was, but I had an idea versus something that just caught me totally off guard. I
What
feel like it came from living another, timeline where
Or you getting like small glimpse, some sort of you know,
a,
at
a,
mom-
fam- a glimpse of familiarity. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and but
That's
it's
the only
really
reason why you would have, like
So
thought to even go in that direction versus it was random and
kind of like
so if your
a
consciousness was to
portal
switch,
wormhole type thing going
so
on, but with your consciousness.
if your consciousness was to leave that universe and go into would it look for one that's as similar as the one that you're in now?
I
I
don't.
think so, or something close to it,
That way
probably.
it doesn't go crazy, because if you go into one,
Yeah, it has to
if
make
you go into
sense.
one where like, oh, you're a millionaire, your mind is gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? I was just at
No,
work
it
yesterday.
would
You
it
not.
would definitely have to make sense because check this out, right? Before I get to the point where I could kind of say whether we can confirm if it's real or not. There was this guy, right? And I've seen a lot of accounts, but there's this one story sticks out in my mind, and I'm gonna try to hurry all of this up
Break it
because my
down.
shit is dying right now. But listen, this guy went. He had a wife and two kids, son and a daughter. They had their own separate rooms. He left early in the morning. He left all of them sleeping because he usually goes 10. Well, no, what was it? It was like 15, 20 minutes out, half an hour out, maybe, to go fishing every Saturday. He went,
Okay.
he did his fishing trip around 2:30 ish. He started to leave. And when he sat in his truck, all he could see was the Aurora Borealis and then a real bright light. And
What's that? What's the Aurora Borealis? What's that? I've heard it
it's
before.
the Northern Lights.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Some fucking constellation. Okay. All right.
He stood there to observe everything,
And realized he
and
was
he
gay.
went, and then he went home.
My
When
fault.
he went home, he couldn't open the locks for some reason, so his wife let him in, and she was like, "Where the fuck were you? You're like a whole fucking 4 hours late." He's like, "What the fuck you talking about? I was only there for like 20 minutes tops. It couldn't have been. I mean, it
Okay.
takes me only 20 minutes to get home. 20 minutes tops. It
Yeah,
couldn't have been
I've
that."
heard of a story like that before.
So
And,
he was there for like an hour. 20 minutes
but
driving, 20 minutes at the lake, 20 minutes coming back.
his no. It only takes 20 minutes to get home, so he couldn't have lost 4 hours. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
But he
saying. It would only been 1 hour because 20 minutes to get there, fish for 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes to
no
come
no.
back.
He
That's
fished for
60
the whole
minutes.
day. He left in the morning. He came back in the afternoon. But it
But
took
Okay,
he was
okay.
4 hours late getting
right.
home.
He does this every weekend, so she knows what time he usually gets home.
Oh, she knows when he's leaving too.
His phone had died or whatever the fuck, so he couldn't see what time it was. But he seen his son and proceeded to go look for his daughter, and his daughter wasn't there. There were no remnants of his daughter. His wife didn't know who he was talking about. Nothing, bro. No daughter whatsoever.
Oh, this
Just
nigga,
disappeared.
he died at the lake and remembered the last life, last consciousness.
Well, what if he got just his consciousness switched into into another
That's what I'm
reality
trying to
and
say.
shit?
I think he
Oh,
died at the lake.
What if he
yeah,
didn't though?
I
What
was
if
gonna
his
ask that
consciousness
too.
No,
just said,
What
"I've had enough here," and just leaves?
do you guys believe
that
your?
would make sense because he remembered his daughter. If he
Yeah.
would have died, he would have not remembered his daughter. Like Jason
Well,
said earlier, when you die, you can't observe your own death, so you won't recall it.
well, do you guys believe this too? Since we're on the topic, if consciousness can be shifted in between already living organisms or entities, do you think it would also allow you to
Shit, I
absorb
thought we started at
what
6:30. My bad. I was
life
late as
is?
hell.
Like to recognize somebody's daughter, family, or familiar faces, even though your consciousness just like jumped into the entity it just got switched into.
I have no idea because
I think that could happen.
I don't know.
Some sort of
I
abnormality
haven't even
happens.
heard of any account of anybody really noticing that they have shifted timelines, unless it was people
I
like
see one with a
that
pilot.
have that cabgrass shit, or people that notice real big things in the changes around them. You know what I mean?
There
Like if
Yeah,
was
you wake up, if you go to sleep, bro, and you're laying next to your wife, Mach, and
yeah.
you wake up to a fucking dude in your bed, you know you're in a different timeline.
If I recall my wife, I would say
If it's not me,
it's what Corey's depicting. It's like he's bringing the memories from another conscious another universe. He's bringing it into another one
Right.
because I'm recalling my wife. So Corey's right about the fisherman. The fisherman didn't die. He that's probably when when people just become vegetables. That might be them. Their body's still alive, but their consciousness probably just jumped into another verse or universe.
Or you could just be sitting there trapped as if like you have to watch
or
everything happen.
trap, or trap.
You know?
Either
Yeah.
or.
Trapped.
But
It's
see, I
almost like
see
Now
autopilot.
now I can
like you
understand
guys
Corey's point.
it seems like you guys are really intrigued about the idea of this being true. How
Yeah.
much do you think is true?
I think it could be true too, because like I was saying earlier, like there's definitely some times where I felt like a couple of deja vu moments that me and Macho mentioned. And
I
What
would
if
say
I can
it's
tell you
purely. I would tell you it's very close. It's very accurate to what might be.
what if I can show you that we may have the best evidence ever that it may be true?
word.
Display. I want
You
to
sounded
see
like you
it.
were skipping somewhere as you said that, Mach.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I was
I'm
going
gonna
through
play something for
universes.
y'all. Just listen to it. I grabbed this off of somebody on YouTube and kind of made it ours. I distorted it and
Pride.com.
all that. But here you go.
Willow chip. A quantum computer so powerful it's making scientists question reality itself.
Google Willow.
Willow didn't just break records, it shattered them. It solved the problem in under 5 minutes that
You're
would
gonna
take the
hear. I whip
fastest
my hair back
supercomputers
and
on
forth.
Earth 10 septillion years to finish.
What
Here's the twist.
line?
Some
Y'all gotta kind of listen to it or it won't work.
I'm sorry, nigga. I sneezed. My back broke.
scientists
Old ass
think this
nigga.
quantum magic might involve parallel universes, where calculations
Let me see if I could restart it and mute all y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, because for real,
Shut up.
RDD2.
I did that because of copyright infringement bullshit.
Google's Willow chip. A quantum computer so powerful it's making scientists question reality itself. Willow didn't just break records, it shattered them. It solved a problem in under 5 minutes that would take the fastest supercomputers on Earth 10 septillion years to finish. And here's the twist. Some scientists think this quantum magic might involve parallel universes, where calculations happen across multiple realities at the same time. Google's Willow chip is a 105-qubit quantum processor. Now, if you're wondering why that's a big deal, let's start with the basics. Classical computers use bits, zeros and ones, to process information. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits, which leverage two principles of quantum mechanics: superposition and entanglement. Superposition means qubits can exist as both 0 and 1 at the same time, while entanglement connects qubits so that changing one affects the others instantly, no matter how far apart they are. What does this mean? It means quantum computers can process an enormous number of possibilities simultaneously, something that classical computers simply can't do. And Willow's recent achievement takes this concept to a whole new level. Here's what happened. Willow was tasked with solving something called a random distribution benchmark. Essentially, it had to generate outputs based on extremely complex and entangled quantum patterns. Classical computers? Forget it. This task would take them 10 septillion years. That's a 1 with 25 zeros behind it. Willow did it in under 5 minutes. This result isn't just about speed. It's about proving that quantum computers can tackle problems that classical computers find impossible. Scientists call this quantum supremacy, the point where a quantum system outperforms even the most advanced classical machines. Google first claimed quantum supremacy back in 2019 with a 50-qubit chip. That chip solved a problem in 200 seconds, which they said would take classical systems 10,000 years. IBM later challenged that claim, saying a classical computer could do it in days. This time, Willow's leap to 105 qubits makes its achievement exponentially more powerful. Every additional qubit doubles the processing power. So Willow isn't just twice as good, it's orders of magnitude ahead of its predecessor. And there's more. Willow incorporates cutting-edge error correction techniques to address one of quantum computing's biggest challenges: fragility. Now, what's really blowing people's minds? Parallel universes. It sounds like something out of a Marvel movie.
Am I the only one who
The
don't hear
idea
anything?
actually comes from serious physics, specifically a concept
Maybe.
known as the multiverse hypothesis.
Yeah, I hear it.
Here's the deal. Quantum mechanics tells
Yeah, I
us
don't hear
that
nothing, bro. It's
particles can
silent over here. I
exist
keep
in
hearing somebody
multiple states
sneeze.
at once.
That's about
This
it.
is superposition. But when we observe or measure them, they seem to collapse into a single state. That's how most physicists explain it. But David Deutsch, a pioneer of quantum theory, proposed something radically different. What if those other possibilities don't disappear? What if they exist in separate parallel universes? According to Deutsch's many worlds interpretation, every outcome of a quantum event happens, but in its own universe. For example, imagine flipping a coin. In our universe, it's heads, but in another universe, it's tails. Now scale that idea up to a quantum computer. When a quantum system performs a calculation, it explores multiple solutions simultaneously. The multiverse hypothesis suggests that this happens across different universes, with each universe handling part of the computation. And this is where Willow comes in. Its ability to solve a problem so complex, so quickly, makes some scientists wonder if it really is tapping into parallel worlds. Imagine billions of versions of Willow working together across infinite universes, with the final answer popping up in our reality. Sounds insane? Maybe. But it's one way to explain quantum computing's almost magical speed. Of course, not everyone agrees. The Copenhagen interpretation, which is the most widely accepted view, argues that quantum states are just probabilities. When you measure a system, the wave function collapses into one state. No need for parallel universes. So, are quantum computers like Willow harnessing the power of the multiverse? Or are they just really good at manipulating probabilities? We don't know for sure, but the possibility that quantum computers could offer the first practical evidence of a multiverse is enough to keep the scientific community buzzing. Google's Willow chip, a quantum computer so powerful.
No, you don't start over, you Ultron fuck. Once was enough.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
So basically, it's saying that Google has a Willow chip that did it solved a problem that traditional computers would have taken 10 septillion years to figure out, and it did it in seconds. And what it's saying is that since it's a quantum computer chip, it used the quantum field to communicate with itself in different multiverses to be able to solve
Find
that
an answer.
within seconds.
Yeah, that's just because the old computers don't have that shit. That's all it is.
Every one
You
of
do.
y'all heard that? It was
Yeah,
playing for everybody?
if you duplicate the chip and put it in the old computer, the old computers would be able to do
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
How
So
come
that
I couldn't hear that? That's not fair.
Because it was not for you to be heard. You heard it in
Your
another
shit's
universe,
too old, I
Corey.
guess.
In another universe.
In another universe, you heard it. This one you didn't. I'm sorry, Corey.
If I would have learned it in this universe, I'd have been too powerful.
You would have been a Decepticon.
Unstoppable.
Full of deception. Yeah, but I don't know, bro. The whole shit with computer processing is just, to me, is it's not. They're making it seem more than what it really is. I'm still standing on. I'm standing on my point of view on the whole AI shit.
Well, that one thing they created, we was talking about it last week, I think. That
With
one thing they created, they copied itself into
Chat
another.
GPT.
Yeah, it copied itself into another form.
But to me, like, people like I thought about it. I was just like, oh, that's crazy. But then I thought about it again, and I'm just like, it's just doing what it's supposed to do. You feel me? Like they made it more potent. They made Chat GPT to the point where it has all this information, so it thinks it's conscious. It's not, though.
So what
but
does that say
it
about
does
us?
have the ability to lie, though.
But what does
Huh?
that say about us?
It has the ability to lie because it doesn't have an answer for you, and it was programmed to give you a answer. Does not mean that the answer has to be truth. That's why
No,
it lies. But what it says about us, we're totally conscious of our capabilities.
Yeah, but lying is a conscious effort. You can choose to lie or tell the truth.
No, it's not good.
awareness.
No, it's not because lies is
Your
just
That could
awareness
be
deception.
strategic.
versus tell
It's
the
not.
truth. That's why you
But
would
you
choose.
can still
Lie
have
is
a
just deception.
you
Yeah,
still
Unless you're
have
deception could be
intelligent.
done. Yeah, that's what I say. Deception could be done by anything, bro.
but you still
It's
have to choose to do it.
no, you don't choose for your
No,
heart
it
to
just has
beat.
to be the most logical outcome for what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can't always just say 1 + 1 is 3. Like we know it's 2, but like if you know you're gonna give me the right answer versus the wrong answer, it's a conscious effort in your thought process to give
yeah,
that answer.
but ChatGPT don't always have the answer for you, so it creates one for you, and it's up to you to believe
That's
it
still a
as
lie.
truth
You
or not.
create another answer versus the answer you need to.
Because it's programmed to give you an answer no matter what.
No, you're giving me an answer, but the programming in itself knows it's
No,
conscious enough to
it
create
do,
lie rather
no,
than truth.
it doesn't know that it doesn't know that it's wrong.
It seems more like it's deceiving as a means to an end, as opposed to the deception being the
Yeah,
means to being
it's
the end.
deceiving you
It's not
because it's
lying to
doing its
lie. It's
job.
lying
Yeah,
because it's trying to do something,
it's
and
trying
that's
to
a
do its
logical
job.
means of preventing others from perceiving what it, through all of its computing, has perceived would be seen as a threat. So it's doing what's the most sensible thing to keep itself protected in its actions. Yeah, is it a
Yeah,
lie? Yeah, but it's not a lie in the same way of saying like, "Oh, did you clean your room?" and you say no. It's not the same
yeah.
thing.
But if it
Right.
It's
does
not the
gain
same purpose.
consciousness, if it does gain consciousness that it doesn't want to die per se, it's gonna
It's not going
lie
to
in
ever
order to
have that
get.
conception. Really, it doesn't have it. No AI would have a conception of what that means. They don't have a body,
Yeah,
and to
it's
be
just doing
unplugged,
They
they
it.
might,
plug back
But
yeah,
in.
they're
Doesn't mean
like
making they're
anything.
they,
making bodies. They're making like these robots that are like you can hardly
That's a
tell they're,
vessel.
and
It's
it's
not
a
a
if they
body
body.
had
though. That's the
put
same thing as what we are.
Yeah,
It's the
let me
same
tell
thing
you
like with
something.
robots and Skynet. Skynet could
It's
take over one of
it's
those robots. It doesn't mean
it
that
could look
Skynet's done.
as real as possible, but it's one thing they would never ever be able to do, bro. Is get the eyes to look like it's real, bro.
Okay, but
The
listen,
eyes will
I'm not talking
always
about
look vacant, bro.
I'm not talking about the eyes or anything like that. You can still gain consciousness. Like at what point do they gain consciousness and then they say, "Oh, well, they're alive." They know they're alive. They feel when something hits them. They feel when
If
something
we
hurts them.
create, listen, if we create something that comes to consciousness, it comes to life
I
or
think that's
some real
hubris to
shit,
think we can even create
we
something that
like
does it.
that's what I'm trying to say. We will be considered gods because that's what we are. We are a creation from something else. But evolution is fucking this shit is bullshit. I
I
don't believe in
understand that,
evolution.
but
But
what I'm saying,
we was made to be conscious. If we create something that's conscious, we will become gods. And we're
okay,
far
but that's
from
what
No,
I'm
that.
saying.
no, they're
But
not. But
what
they're not made to be
defines?
conscious. The
Okay, but
algorithm that we put together for their learning pattern, it had a synergistic outcome where they are able to start thinking, and we don't know how.
All
There's a
right.
yeah. So
video
like,
about how
what
They
def-
AI
will
but what
they
reasoning.
will
defines
only
conscious?
think
What defines conscious to you?
listen, there's no definition for it really. What I'm gonna tell you right now is what
Awake.
I is what I what no, it's not. No, it's not. You
That
could
is
be
one
no, it's
definition.
not because when you sleep, you're conscious. You're just not
No, you're
conscious of your
you're
surroundings.
unconscious.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're living within your subconscious. You're still conscious of something.
You're still unconscious because you're not
No,
awake.
no, you're not aware. You're asleep. Not aware of what's going around your physical body, but you're still conscious of something. Something's happening still. That's not what I'm talking about. I lost my trace of thought because you went into that.
Your
That
trace of
was
talk.
thought. Yeah,
Another
you went
reality
into
where
that.
we talk better.
Well, what I was trying to say was, fuck, I forgot, bro. I was gonna go into something else until you bring
I
up
was saying,
the
what
sleeping
defines
shit.
conscious to you? Like, what
No, there
defines
was something else I
conscious?
was gonna come up with. So, let it. It left me. Went into another universe.
it left me.
We would really love if AI was capable
All
of
right, there we
becoming
go.
aware of
You
itself.
just
But
remind me.
Can y'all hear me all
go
right?
ahead.
Yeah, the AI only knows what we give it to know. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever we program, whatever is in the internet, we have placed there. So even if they really can't become conscious off of fucking second, third, fourth hand fucking information, they would
Yes, I
never.
can.
Yo,
No, it hasn't yet,
I'm gonna give
and it
y'all a
won't.
podcast to listen to. It's not even a podcast. It's an interview of somebody that is going to answer those questions for you. Or everything that you're saying right now, artificial intelligence, when are they going to get fucking sentient, all that other extra shit.
They don't know that shit, Jay. Fuck out of here.
They
Nobody
don't.
knows
That's what I'm
none of that
saying.
bullshit. This is all theoretical as fuck, based off of shit that we made up.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Everything
what
it
I was
runs
what I
off
was
is
trying to say
information
earlier.
we give it.
Yo, the people that put together AI, they even said they didn't create it to think the way it did. Whatever they put together, it just so happened to put it two and two together on its own. We
because
don't.
it's starting to think for itself.
Yeah,
It's not, bro.
it's
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 not
it.
not.
thinking
It
for
takes.
itself.
AI
It's not,
doesn't
Let's
bro.
say
have the
you go to
ability to
Chat
create.
GPT right now, right?
No, it's not.
Let's
You
say
go
you
to
go to
chat.
Chat GPT and you say, write me a 12-page essay on why haunting is real.
All it's
It's
gonna
gonna
do
look
is
up on the
search.
internet.
Yup.
Is yeah, search up on the
And
internet for
yup.
everything about hauntings,
That
and
we
it's gonna
wrote.
give you right, and it's gonna give you a breakdown of it in its own words to create a brand new thing.
Yeah, but it's not its own words. It's just the best possible thing that you could put together. That's all it's gonna
Right.
do.
I mean,
Things
broken
that's
down.
already there that we put there. So it's
Like,
not
From
I
your
think
that.
there's a
description.
huge
So,
conflagration
so look,
It's
between
not
the
giving you an
ability of
opinion.
yo,
machine
Macho,
learning and AI.
I got a much
We do
better
not
example
have
for you.
AI. We
What
have
happened?
Hold
extremely
on.
fast programs that
I
can
just said I
recall
said that earlier, right,
information
Jay?
for us.
That's
That's
Yeah.
what I
all we
told.
have.
It's in a very
ChatGPT, the ones
extensive
that we access to,
algorithm.
that thing can't do shit. These things cannot create on their own. They can only compile and use native language to look like it. And society is so fucking stupid. We
Yeah.
think that these
Yep.
things are fucking genius. They're not.
No.
They are just systems created by people that are actually smarter than the rest of us and know that we don't understand shit about shit. So they can make us think, oh, AI is thinking, look at that. No, it's not. AI
It's
can't
not.
think. They literally
No.
told us it's a machine learning program. It is not
Is it?
artificial
Yeah.
intelligence, but
It
AI
is an
is a buzzword and
algorithm.
it markets
So
and
then
it sells.
why do they have emergency shutdown switches for it? They have uplink codes that only
Have
people
you
So they
ever seen
say.
them? Or have they just said that
hold
shit
They
to
on.
you,
just
Corey?
say it.
We
Yeah.
don't know
Only
that that exists.
Oh, how about this? I have a better example. Explain why that there was an AI robot that once they put the algorithm about how
Where?
it's like working,
When?
it overloaded and fucking threw itself down the flight of stairs.
When? How do you know
yeah.
that was real and that wasn't just some type of parody? There's no
Hmm.
way for you to prove any of that not being some old bullshit. There's nothing.
Like the whole
Because
shit with
robots at the end of the day,
ChatGPT trying to
none
rewrite
of us
itself
can
is
afford
bullshit
that
too.
shit. It's not going to be something that we can afford. By the
He's
time
right.
AI gets
If
to
there's
our
one
level,
thing,
we're not going. It's going to be way beyond our control. The rich are the ones that
Colin's
can know
right.
if there's any
If
AI.
there's one thing that we learned is that unless you're the observer, you cannot take anything
Right.
for granted.
If you weren't there to see it, like it's just another story that could be fabricated.
Because I've seen that story about the robot that like committed suicide and another one that was like
Hmm.
leading other robots. But
We spoke about
also,
it
that
once
just
on
sounds
here too.
really cool and interesting. And the internet is full of lies and clickbait. And I'm willing to believe that it's clickbait before I'm willing to believe that there's any truth to it.
No,
I, I, I could agree with that.
I think we're getting to a point where they're starting to like wake up, bro. I'm not like the
Nah.
cars are
I
driving
thought
themselves.
too.
They're fixing to introduce a plane that can drive, that can fly itself. They have semis that haul trucks by
Right, but
Corey,
we're
themselves.
I'm gonna
doing
give you
that.
a
We're
podcast that's
doing
gonna
all
make
that.
you feel a little bit better, bro.
Yeah, send that to me. I
I'm
wanna
just
get up
saying
on that. I
that's
don't think
probably my
so. It's all made by
opinion.
us.
I'm just saying this is where I agree to disagree or anything like that. I think
No, that's
personally
fine.
I think they're personally fixing to like they're sooner there than later, bro. Like something's gonna happen to where they're gonna. I'm not saying it's gonna be like Terminator or nothing like that, but it's gonna be close. Like we're gonna start having like iRobot robots walking around with us that
One,
can make their own minds up and can do what they want. Of
Once
course
it
they're gonna.
once
Of
it
course
makes
they're
sense
gonna
I
to
listen
think
me.
to us. Of course
eventually
they're
we
gonna
could
listen
get
to
there.
us, and we're gonna have a shutdown switch on them or a kill code, whatever. But at some point, if we keep progressing the way that we progress, there's gonna be us able to upload like our consciousness into a robot at some point. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's see now you crossing it up. You can't do that because now that's not a robot no more.
That's
You
a
should say
that's an
Yo, but
android, I think.
yeah. You
you
say
can though.
No, because listen, I was just gonna go there with Corey. I was just gonna
You're not
say
a human anymore,
the only
but you still
time
have conscience.
artificial intelligence actually becomes conscious is when it binds with us. That's when it becomes truly conscious,
And
bro.
then
To
it's
me,
just a parasite.
I
yeah.
No,
don't think. I don't.
it's
I don't think
constant.
so. I
It
think
would
they could be
never.
conscious.
No, they don't have no life force in them. There's nothing. Everything that is just us creating information at a faster pace.
There
But if
you
you
go,
have
you animals.
yeah, and if you have a conversation
I
with a
put it
robot,
in the
it can't
chat.
keep up with you. It cannot keep up with you. Siri can't keep up with you.
Not
No,
yet.
no, never. It would never. It has all that information, but it can't keep up with you. That don't make
Look at the
sense,
video.
Corey.
There's a video of this girl that went viral, and I think they took it down because she spent 10 minutes on the phone on the Chat GPT having a full conversation the way we are now,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
won't.
answering her, and it's answering her the same way you're answering me,
No, it
Right.
won't be able to. It won't be able to. Nope.
bro. It happened.
No, that's
Yeah.
bullshit. That's only one video.
That's
That don't mean
anecdotal,
nothing.
bro.
AI
That's
can't.
anecdotal. You
AI
could
can't
just
hear.
as easily set that up
A-
in a
if
video. Like you
AI
can
was
make
in
that
this
up just as
conversation,
easily.
it would still be on the first sentence that we said. It would still be trying to fucking
Because if
No,
AI is
that's not
capable of
true.
doing all this
the
stuff,
res-
why is society exactly the
it's
same
res-
but more expensive?
it's
It doesn't make any
reflexes and
sense to me.
its reflexes and
Bunch of marketing.
its response and speed is horrible. It's
They
nowhere close to a
use the word
human.
The
AI
AI
in
that we
processors
know,
for
the AI that
TVs.
we know
The AI
about,
that
the
we
AI that's
have,
released, the AI that's released to the public, the AI that we have no clue about, that they're hiding whatever, wherever. That shit is that shit is real, bro. Like that shit
Yeah,
is
nah,
that AI is the one we're talking about.
that
that
AI is the one
AI,
I'm
Those
that
talking
AI,
about,
videos are real either.
where
that
they
AI
have
don't
them in a
exist.
they have
Nope.
them
Yeah,
in a think
somebody got a
tank.
cross version of Skynet and Zordon somewhere.
You saying that is true, and you never
Yeah,
seen it for
nobody,
yourself either.
no
So
power
Like
anywhere
I've never seen a
exhibits that
million
they have
dollars, but
control
it's
over an
true. It's
AI that
real.
is able to control
you
like
know
that.
it's real
It would
because
be
you seen it
somebody
somewhere else
standing
with
out.
$1 million.
I've never
There's no
seen a
company or
star.
person.
I've never seen a star, but I can look up and say that's a star and
No,
believe
that's
it's
just
true.
No,
because
you
you
can't.
labeling a rock.
I
You don't
know
know if
you've been
that's a
into space
star.
conspiracy. You definitely can't
Actually,
believe that's
that's
a
just
star,
because
bro.
that's what you've been programmed to think.
That could be a
Okay,
number of
then.
things at this
But
point.
that's what I'm saying. We've
That's
No,
been
that's just a
Corey.
programmed to
title.
think.
That's what you've been programmed to think. When you look up and you see a star, that's what you've been programmed to think that
But
that's a
that's
Right.
what.
star.
Okay.
Because honestly, it could be a planet. You never know. And the one thing that you can't
Could be these
do.
nuts.
I agree with Corey. There is technology that they're withholding from the public, obviously, because the public is stupid. They don't know what the fuck to do with different type of information, or they make blasphemic fucking stupid shit about it. But I believe Corey's right on that aspect. There is knowledge, information, and tech that we
Look at
have no idea about. But
Go
you can't sit
look
here
up
and
the Apple
say,
Vision. The Apple Vision Pro of somebody just walking around their house with different layouts. Like every second there's a different layout. But it's taking the stuff that you're seeing and turning it into something completely different. I know that's not like robots and shit, but it's taking like
yeah,
you can
but
take your whole house that's
you're
modern
the
and turn it into
puppet
a
master
1950s.
in I understand that,
I get
Corey.
what you're saying. I get
In
what
the
you're
end
saying,
of
but
it,
at
you're
what
still
point
in control. They would never get in control. They won't. They have to be a live organism. The only time they will get full control is when we actually mend with them. Like, we bind with AI. That's
Nah, I don't
when
believe that.
that I think that's when they will branch
Yo,
off.
he's not wrong. Listen to that thing that I just put in the chat. Y'all not gonna regret it. Y'all gonna love it.
I
Well,
feel
we're
like I
on the
already
show. We
know.
can't listen to it right now.
That's what he means. He's about to shut it down.
Yo, Corey gave me the best segue for the outro, and then I don't know what happened.
I could try to bring it back. I don't remember. You gotta tell me what it was about.
I don't
I
remember.
love
I don't
I
remember
love I
exactly what
love
you said.
Kaku.
But
I love Kaku.
Either way, I believe that like they're withholding something from us that is
Yeah,
way
that
smarter.
I agree
But
with
let
you
me
with
finish.
that.
What I'm saying is, I think there's like like the movie Eagle Eye. There's something out there that's like that. That's like thinking for itself. That is trying to make society believe something that's not really true. Like the Blue Beam, the Project Blue Beam, all that shit, all these
Yeah.
UFOs, all that
Kind
shit
of
is
like
just a big ass.
who's to say this,
They're
right?
developing
We just
AI
did
for the
a
Big Brother.
Kind of like
this.
Frankenstein. That's what you mean, Corey? Like we created a monster.
Yeah,
Basically,
this
I
whole
could, I could, I
episode
could
was
go.
about
I could believe it.
quantum immortality, right? And at the
Yeah.
end of it, it fucking sparked a debate on artificial intelligence because Google's Willow seemingly introduce the world to the concrete evidence, so to speak, of a multiverse.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
Scary.
I
just
guess.
The willow
just
chip is an example of quantum immortality. It's just a brief example, I would say.
who's to say that the willow chip isn't to blame for all of this? Well, who's to say that that's not the groundbreaking step AI needed to take over the human race and put them in the matrix where we live now in this fucking simulation, which is why quantum immortality is even a thing. So just ponder in your brain, if you're listening to this on the road right now, or in a couple of days when you're on your way to work, and that semi truck that's headed towards you, it hits you, and you never ever know it. You just continue to listen to our voices, which is what you need to do every fucking week. Come back and listen to our fucking voices, because this content is always on point. This content is always up to par. This content, brother, is always what you need. Oh yeah.
You know,
Thank you for tuning in to Talking Junk.